Hello, this is Miss Meneghini. In this lesson, you will learn how to use the properties of real numbers to simplify expressions. First, let's review the vocabulary for this lesson. The first word you need to know is the word term. Term could be a number, a variable like x, or the product of a number and a variable, like 4x. Usually terms are separated by addition or subtraction signs. Here's an example. In this example, 4x is a term. It's the product of 4 and x. 7 is a term that's being subtracted. And 5 is a term on the right-hand side of the equal sign. Another vocabulary word for this lesson is coefficient. Coefficients are the numerical part of a term. So in the same example, we have a term 4x, x is the variable, and 4 is the coefficient. The coefficient tells us how many x's we have. So in this example, we have 4 x's and we write it as 4x. A constant is a numerical term that does not have variables. So in this example, 7 is a constant and 5 is a constant. This lesson is about combining like terms. You can simplify an algebraic expression by combining the terms that are alike. If you go to the Google slideshow, you can click on the underlined word expression if you have forgotten what that is. Here's our first example. 7x plus 3 minus 5x plus 8 plus 4x minus 1 is pretty long, and we have three constants. We have 3, 8, and negative 1, or minus 1, and we have three variable terms with x's. So we can combine the terms that are alike and make that expression simpler. 7x minus 5x and plus 4x have the same variable, and we can combine those. Notice how the operating symbol goes in front of the term. 7x doesn't have one, but it's positive. 5x has a negative sign or a subtraction sign in front of it, meaning that we will subtract those 5x's. And the 4x has an addition sign in front of it. Always remember to keep the operation symbol with the term by either adding or subtracting their coefficients. So we're going to look at the 7, the minus 5, and the plus 4, and we would combine those to get 6x's. So 6x will be part of our simplified solution. Then we have to look at the constant pieces of that expression. And so circled in blue are the constant terms, 3, 8, and minus 1. And if we combine those, we would get 10. So 10 is the simplified constant term we're looking for. And then the very last step is to put those two pieces together, 6x plus 10, to write the simplified expression. Here's a second example. Now we have variable terms with x's and variable terms with y's. We have to treat each type differently since they're different variables. First, let's look at the x's. We have 5x minus 1x. Remember, there's an invisible 1 there, and 3x. So 5 minus 1 plus 3 gives us 7x. Now let's look at the y terms. 7y plus 2y equals 9y. And the second part of our simplified expression will be to write out each type of variable term. 7x plus 9y. That's our simplified expression. Sometimes your variables will have exponents, like this example. 8c to the third minus 7c to the third plus 16c to the third. Because all three terms have the exact same variable part, which is c to the third, you can combine them all into one term by adding or subtracting their coefficients. So we would look at 8 minus 7 plus 16 gives us 17c to the third. That's our simplified expression. Here's another example of combining like terms with exponents. 8k squared minus k minus 5k plus 7 minus 2k squared. First, let's combine the k squared terms. We have 8k squared minus 2k squared. That leaves us with 6k squareds. Then let's combine our k terms. We have a subtracting 1k and subtracting 5k for a total of minus 6k, or negative 6k. And we only have one constant term, which is 7, so we'll include that also. And if we put all those three pieces together, 6k squared minus 6k plus 7. We've represented each type of variable. One more example. In this one, we have x squared and another variable type of term with 2xy minus 7xy, and then we have another type of variable term with y squared. So we have three different types of variable terms in this one. X squared is our only x squared term. We have one of those, the invisible one. 4y squared is our only y squared term. And we have 2xy minus 7xy equals negative 5xy. So we'll put those three types of variable terms together. X squared plus 4y squared minus 5xy is our simplified solution. The last type of problem has to do with geometry, and I'm going to give you a shape and tell you the lengths of each side with expressions. And to tell me the perimeter of the shape, you need to add up each side. Again, on the slideshow, if you forgot what perimeter was, you could click on that word and it would bring you to the definition. So in this triangle, we have three sides. We need to add them together to get the perimeter. So that would be 2x plus 1 plus 3x plus x. Add up all the sides. Then we're going to combine the x term. 2x plus 3x plus x gives me a total of 6x, and I have one constant, so my simplified expression is 6x plus 1. One more example with geometry. Now I've got a trapezoid, 4 sides, so I have to add up the expressions on all 4 sides. And this can be tricky because there's so many pieces. I see that there are k squareds, so we want to keep those together and count those. There are k's, we want to count all the k terms, and then there are constants we want to count. So this is messy looking, but what the addition looks like for all 4 of the sides. I'm going to do the first step and take out all the k squared terms and add all of those up to get a total of 5k squareds. Then I'll add all the k's together. Negative 9 plus 1k plus another k gives me negative 7k's. Then I'll add the constants together. 23 minus 17 gives me a constant term of 6. And the very last step is to put all 3 types of terms together in one expression. 5k squared minus 7k plus 6 is your solution. If you would like more practice with this, I've attached a link in the slideshow that will take you to a Khan Academy site. Be careful on the Khan Academy practice because some of those combining like term problems have you subtracting negative terms, and you know from previous lessons when you subtract a negative or take away a negative, you really are adding. It's really an increase or an addition problem. So be careful on those, but those would be good for extra practice. And when you're ready for the assignment, you can go into Canvas and look for assignment Unit 1-8, Combining Like Terms. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks.